Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, part 2. If you missed yesterday's video, I did part 1, sharing with you guys my feedback on a lot of these items that I have used up or have tried, and I am on part 2. I didn't want them to be super long videos, and I have so many items that I decided to break it into 2 parts. So if you want to check out the first one, because you need to know yesterday's video. But let's get into today's and we can finish this up officially. Anyway, and then tomorrow we will be back either with a haul. I'm not 100% sure. You know I'm good for Monday hauls. However, since we're going into Christmas week officially, I might be a day or 2 off. I might save it for when my parents come back into town next week, depending on what they do or don't bring. Whole thing. The point is, I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna need for a true Christmas meal and then also just living. I'll keep you posted, but we'll be back tomorrow with something for you guys. Anyway, all right, let's just get into it. This is a keeper. This is amazing. This is the new spread from Trader Joe's, and oh my goodness, this is like a new favorite for me and a must-have. The bummer is I have heard from you guys, because it came out about, I would say within the last month or so, that a lot of you have still not found it, and I'm so bummed. You've got to try this. It is so good. Now, it's apparently made by Follow Your Heart brand, which I also absolutely love. I can see why it was successful then too, because this brand, of course, is very good, been around a long time too, but it's so cool that they have a vegan version now. It's wonderful. Now you can just do it like on a charcuterie board and it'd be great with that, but I've even used it as like my cream cheese on bagels. I mean, it's so universal and it's so good. I definitely recommend. It's a little pricey. I want to say it's $5.99. I think $5.99. I don't care. It's one of those and the Chloe's strawberry dip popsicles. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's worth it. Get them. Anyway, all right, next one is some protein powder. This is by Orgain, which you guys know is one of my favorite brands of protein when it comes to flavor, especially their flavors. It's very good. Very good. There's no grassy flavor. There's no, it's good stuff. It really is. Now, I came upon this at Target, oh gosh, maybe a couple months ago. And it was on a clearance spot on an end cap. And I was like, how can I not try this? It's their sport protein. Now, I've tried many of like their regular ones, but this one has extra protein in it. It's actually got like 10 grams more per serving than their like original kind, which is normally 20. So this is 30. And it also has the BCAAs in it too, which is really good for like recovery and stuff. I don't know if you can see on there, but this was originally, well, even more than 27. I think these go almost for like 50 some places, which is kind of a lot. But it was on clearance for $13.99. I'm like, I have to try it. Is it a lot different than the original? I had to know, because I never tried this version before. And I'm happy to report to me and Nate, because he had it too, it tastes the same, which is really good, because again, their originals are awesome. I love them. This is in the vanilla flavor. And actually I do have a chocolate one, which I also think tastes the same as their original too, in the cupboard now, because I was like, yep, I know I like it, you know? But yeah, this was the vanilla one. We used it up. I like to add a scoop of this into Nate's like overnight oats too. He really likes that combo, so you can definitely do that. And it's just a good way to, you know, boost up the protein in your meals. All right, next one is from Sprouts, and actually kind of have some mixed feedback on this one. Nate picked this up actually, the cheddar style jalapeno sticks by Holy Veggie. I did not like these whatsoever. I did not. But here's what's funny. They're basically like little jalapeno poppers is the idea, which screams me. I love like cheesy, gooey goodness. I love jalapeno. I do. But somehow, and then bread it. I mean, come on, right? I don't know what it is, but the combo of those like 3 things, breaded, that cheesiness, and the jalapeno, just isn't really my favorite. And the thing is, this really had a gummy cheese in it. That's my opinion. Nate didn't love them, but he liked them more than I did. But he wasn't like going to get them again. See, even right here, it kind of leads you to believe it's going to be really gooey. No. Nope, that wasn't it. It was just it tasted very fake. I'll say that. I appreciate what they tried to do. I do. But for me, it just kind of fell short. I don't think these are super cheap either. They're in the frozen section. I don't know. It was a miss for me, but let me know what you think of this. Again, Nate wasn't like blown away or anything, but he didn't think it was that bad. All right, next one is by Abbott's Butcher. They're slow roasted chicken, and I guess they have different things within this line too, but this was a first for me of trying this out. And actually, I think even like the first time I had really even like seen it, I don't know, like this just doesn't look super familiar. Where did I get this? Why am I drawing a blank? Was it Sprouts? Might have been. I cannot remember for sure, to be honest, on this one, but I just wanted to try it because it looked very different, even on the picture here. Here's the thing. I ended up putting it into like a burrito bowl, which was wonderful. It was so good, but I remember I seasoned it up with like a taco seasoning, so anything is bound to taste good. But when you pour it out, and I hate to use this reference, but it kind of looks like wet cat food. It does. Texture, not my favorite, but not terrible once you cook it up and stuff, you know. But it wasn't a favorite, and I'm just thinking that if I didn't use taco seasoning and really season it up as I did, what would I really think? Pea protein, onion, garlic, sage, and white pepper in it. It's mostly the texture. It was just mostly the texture for me. A little off-putting, but it was kind of even like where the like Beyond Meat and stuff like that can have that kind of smells like cat food actually when it's raw, and then you cook it up and it's actually really good. So maybe I was just, you know, when I first poured it in, it was kind of like but once you cook it up, whether you add seasonings to it or not, it might be a lot better. But I don't know, it was just kind of not a favorite, I'll put it that way. But the bowl was delicious that we made. It was. I know that's not really great feedback. Point is, take it or leave it, you know? Recently, I picked this up at Sprouts, and I actually did a very similar dish to this. It's for like pea protein grounds, perfect for a burrito or spaghetti bolognese. And I made the bolognese because I had some store-bought sauce, bolognese sauce, I think from Whole Foods. And so I browned up this meat with a little bit of onion, and then I added that sauce and then pasta. It was delicious. It was. I really liked it. It was on sale and I grabbed it. This brand, I still need to try some more from this line. I see a lot of their products actually, and I feel like they go on sale pretty often, which is good. So Nate and I did a taste test of that. Ooh, I should have put that in here. I'm surprised it's not, but I'll talk about it anyway. We did a taste test over a month ago now, I think, using the Banza pizza crust, but really what we were wanting to try out for you guys on here was the Miyoko's liquid mozza cheese. And I had such I did not know what to expect with that at all because it does not look great. It doesn't. But we did a whole video on it. I can link that below actually, or put it up here for you guys if you missed that and you want to see it in action. But the point is, it was actually really good. That cheese, very, very good. And can be found at Sprouts, and it's usually like $5 to $7. I think it was on sale for $5 when we got it. Anyway, we made it though on this Banza pizza crust, which if you're not familiar with Banza, they do a lot of the whole chickpea pastas and stuff. This was their chickpea pizza crust basically. And Nate is not a big fan of the pastas. He's really not. And I am though, I like them, but I just kind of wondered, would he like these crusts then because of that? And actually he really enjoyed these. You get 2 in here. Got these at Whole Foods, but I think even Sprouts would have them too. Probably Target too. I think they carry this brand. We really, really liked it a lot. I think this crust is, I wouldn't say thin, but also not thick, somewhere in the middle. I think Nate prefers a little bit thicker if he was just to choose one, but the flavor he really liked. I would totally get these again. Quick, easy meal. But yeah, if you get a chance to try that liquid cheese, you probably will love it. It's just a little off-putting at first because it just feels like weird to pour on your cheese, especially for pizza, but it does work. It does. Anyway, this is a new one I just finished up yesterday, in fact. So a couple days ago, I shared with you guys how I've been making the overnight oats. I've been using like some kind of fruit spread to add into it. And Nate really, really likes that combo of the oats and like the pumpkin pie spice and some kind of fruit spread, whether it's blueberry, strawberry, whatever. Well, recently I came into this baked good apple pie filling, and this is what I shared with you on that video. So I can give you the final feedback of trying this one out. He loves it. He loves it. And actually there's 5 servings in here, and I think that's exactly what I used amongst like 5 different pints of making these overnight oats, you know? He loved it. So I will definitely get this again. It is from Sprouts is where I found it, but basically it is apple pie filling, but no sugar added to it. Again, kind of like I was using for like the fruit spreads with no sugar added too. And he was getting the sweetness in the oats though still from doing, again, like adding a scoop of protein powder. That's kind of how I would do it. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, and if you didn't have protein powder you were adding, you could always add like some maple syrup and stuff to it too. But this gives you the flavor, but not, of course, the added like cane sugar in it, you know? Anyway, here's one from Trader Joe's. This is kind of new. The organic dark chocolate covered whole bean cocoa beans. Kind of mixed feelings on these. The first couple, they're like a bunch of them that you get in there. They kind of look like this. They do. And actually, they sort of look like, you know when like chocolate chips even kind of oxidize a little bit and they kind of look old, but they're actually fine. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. They kind of look like that as like their norm, which isn't the most appealing thing, even though there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm talking about. And I grabbed a couple and threw it in my mouth and I was like, oh, this is good. It's almost like a chocolate covered espresso bean. It's kind of what I was getting from it. And then I was like, okay, I kind of like these. So then I went back in, as one does, and I just kind of, I kept eating them, but I was kind of like, they're kind of bitter. They're not great. They're not, but I still ate them. They were a letdown for me. They're very bitter. And I actually am someone that kind of likes that. I don't really love sweetened coffee or very, very minimally. So it's kind of up my alley, but I don't know. It just, one will do ya, I guess. Like it wouldn't be something I'd snack on like a lot of them. I really wouldn't at all. It's hard to explain, but these were kind of a miss overall for what I think most people would enjoy. Because even if you were to compare it to like a chocolate covered espresso bean, that still has a little bit more sweetness typically from the chocolate that's on the outside. But something about this chocolate with the cocoa bean, it just... Anyway, also got these recently too from Sprouts, these Wily Wallaby bites. They're basically like little licorice pieces, but this is in the mixed berry flavor. These are awesome. These are so good. I finished them. And good little snack at night. I love gummies too, but they're really, really dense, chewy. They're good. If you've never tried this brand, we first came upon it in a Vegan Cut subscription box actually. And I was like, I just love the texture of these. But anyway, if you come upon these, just get them one time. You'll love them. They're so good. Okay, last one is from Gardein, and this is a fairly new one for myself, but been out a while. It's their ultimate plant-based jerky. And I was so excited to finally find this because I could not find it in person, but I found it at Walmart of all places. And I really, really enjoy this. However, Nate really, really doesn't enjoy it. He was not a fan, but I will tell you this, that if you don't like seitan, you will not like it because it's very much a seitan flavor, which is one of my favorites. So it totally makes sense. Now, Nate likes seitan too, but I would say just not as much as me and still would want it maybe more mixed in with things. Whereas I'm like, no, just give it to me. I can eat it. Like, I love it. It's like a salty beef jerky, which is why this works in my opinion. I loved it. I did. And this was a great little go-to snack for myself because I've already repurchased this just to have in my bag, in fact. I love it. I would definitely get it again. And I think they have other flavors too, and I'd like to try them, but this is so far all I have found, but I love it. I do. That is it. We did it. We did it. Anyway, my friends, I will let you go, trying to keep these a little bit shorter for you guys, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, guys.